Hello, everyone.
Hey,
We
hey
are
everyone.
live. Yes, Aaron and is here, and this is Mary Grygleski. We're back for the second episode of our real-time AI and Java.
Yep, number
Very
two.
happy. I hope more, right? Yeah, that's right. Yes, episode two. Yeah, wow, time goes by fast. So much has happened. We have lots to tell you within the next 20 minutes or so, and we're excited. So yeah. So, well, okay. So maybe let's get started first. So, Aaron, you want to start first, or should I? Or doesn't matter, right?
Um,
I
I
guess.
don't know that it matters, so much, but just of course, for those of you who remember, this is our second week in talking about Java and AI, and maybe some of the tools and things out there. And again, because a lot of the AI ML, kind of message that's out there right now is mainly focused around, things like Python, for example, is a big AI ML language, and it maybe leads a lot of us who do a lot of Java to go, hey, are there any tools for me? So, that's essentially why we're trying to what we're trying to do with this series of live videos. Um,
Exactly.
I suppose one of the things that Mary and I wanted to talk about today is I had done this demo on site for a customer last week, and it
Mhm.
was about vector search and showing how we've enabled vector search for generative AI. Wow, yeah, can I talk today? Generative AI, um, but in AstroDB, and actually this is a part of a Cassandra enhancement proposal, so that vector search is also getting built into Cassandra, and should be out in time for the 5.0 release by the end of the year. So yeah, Mary, if you don't mind, I'll talk a little bit about it, and then eventually share my screen, and
Sure.
we'll
Sure.
just do a little demo here.
Sure.
But essentially, what I'd done is shown one of our customers, and I think I did this last week in my train wreck of a workshop. By the way,
You keep saying train wreck. I did
I
not
realized
see
what
anything.
stream I
I
was.
thought
Oh,
you
it was
wonderful.
bad. Anyway, so I'd shown how to add on a product recommendation service to our existing e-commerce project that we use for the e-commerce workshop. And the idea is that you create vectors from your product names, and that can actually kind of lead into the first thing that I can show here. Let me hit the share screen
Yeah.
button. Oh, I think I started to break up a little bit there.
Oh, you're still okay. Can you find the
Still
share?
okay? Oh,
Yeah, you're good.
excellent.
You're good. Yeah.
All right. All right, and then I think you have to add my
Oh,
screen,
oh, yes, totally. Of course. Yes.
if I remember right.
Here we go. Yeah. Oops.
I saw it for a second there.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a little too sensitive. Yeah.
Hey,
So
yeah, there we go. All right. So this is my Astra dashboard, and what I'm going to do is go into my vector DB database here. I suppose I should show that when you hit the create database button now in Astra, that you get to pick between a regular database and then a database that's been enabled for with the underlying internals for vector search. Now I'm not going to create a new one now, but I did want to show that was a little bit different than what you might be used to. So if I click into my vector database here and open up a CQL console, scroll down a little bit here. Okay, and if I do a use e-commerce, switch over to my e-commerce database, and let's say that I want to take a look at the products table that we have, so we can think about how we generate recommendations and vectors from those recommendations. So I could say select name I probably should have done that in the other order, but that's okay. We'll say from product. I'll just do that. Okay, so we have all of our different product names here, and they're made unique by their product identifier. And the idea is that we are going to take all of these. Oh, sorry, we're just going to take the names, not the IDs. And what we're going to do with that is we're going to use it in a natural language processing NLP approach known as a bag of words. Now it's the most simple of NLP methods, and it does have some downfalls, and you'll see in that it does have it does tend to lead towards the sparse data problem where you get a collection of data hits and then the rest of it is like wide open empty. So there are some other algorithms that are probably better, but this one is probably one of the easier ones to get started with, and that's why I like to show it. It's also the only one that I know, so that's why I like to show it. So I'll jump over to a spreadsheet here, where in a spreadsheet I've already taken, when it comes up, the product names and IDs and listed them out on the side here. And I've essentially created a matrix for our vocabulary, and you can see when you look at this this Astra one team long sleeve tee, and I start looking at the vocabulary, you see I have a 1 there for the word DataStax, then I have a 1 there for Astra, a 1 there for one team. Now maybe that could be 2 words, I don't know, 1 for long, 1 for sleeve, and then back here there's a 1 for t-shirt, and the rest have zeros. But what I have done now, come on, highlight that, there we go, is that I can switch my console here and do a select, forgot the T, from, and we'll say product vectors, and I'll say where, I just can't type today, product ID equals, and we'll throw that ID in there, and then you can see that this is the vector. This is our vector embedding that was created when I went ahead and built it out against the vocabulary matrix. So this is what we end up with. And the way that this works is I can copy that vector, and then I can run a query that's like, well, you know what the better approach? Well, no, I was going to copy and paste it, but I'll just build it as we go along here and try not to mess up too bad. I'll say select, and we want product ID and name, and we want to be able to see the scores as they come back, because that really helps, I think, kind of drive home the understanding of how like an approximate nearest neighbor or an ANN, kind of works. So what we'll do is a similarity cosine. That's actually a new function in the CQL, and we want to run that against product vector, and then the next parameter we're going to paste in the vector itself. Then we're going to say, yes, I want that from the product vectors table, and I'm going to do an order by product. Oh, come on. Product vector once again, and here's where I'm going to say ANN of, and then we'll paste in, and you have to use a limit when you run a vector search query. So I'm going to say limit 8, and the reason I'm picking that is because a lot of the data that's in this table is the same. It's just, it's a lot of like shirts and sweatshirts and things. So what happens there is you tend to get different sizes back, like small, medium, large, XL. Well, if I'm looking at a large shirt, I don't want to get recommended the small shirt. That's not going to help me at all. So that's why I have a limit of 8 to make sure that I'm actually getting a different product back. So let me run this query once. All right. And you can see we do get a whole bunch of DataStax Astra one team long sleeves back as a a fairly close. The first one that's not product group though is this DataStax black hoodie, and that is, as you can see here, a 68% match. So if I was shopping on a website and I added this DataStax, sorry, people can't see when I point, this DataStax one team long sleeve tee to my shopping cart, this DataStax black hoodie is the product that should be suggested to me as, hey, would you also be interested in adding this? So that's the idea of how this all kind of works. Oh, you know what? I suppose I should have left this running, but I'm actually going to fire up my my Spring Boot application, and you know, that's actually going to show like our e-commerce website that we have, as well as, you know, how we've you know, kind of built all this. I suppose while I'm waiting for that to come up, I can jump over to GitHub here and actually show some of the code. Specifically, this is the product vector data access layer, or otherwise known as DAL. Even though this particular project does use Spring Data, I'm not actually using Spring Data for this, just because, you know, Spring Data is always a little bit behind on the latest version of the Java driver, so it's not ready yet for the CQL vector types. But the most recent version of the Cassandra driver is. Let's see. So the first. Oh, yep. This is just making the connection. Oh, here we go. So this first one here essentially just gets the product vector by ID. So when we've added a product to our cart, we have its ID. We're just making a quick query to go ahead and grab its vector. The second query down here is get products by ANN, and that returns a list of product vector. And that is the query basically that we just ran out in my CQL shell instance, you know, where it's selecting from that product vectors table, ordering by the vector, and also doing an ANN of and a limit 8 as well. I suppose one other thing worth mentioning while I'm kind of watching my my terminal window, you know, come up in the background here, the product vector column itself does require a storage attached index, which is a new kind of custom index that is, again, currently available in Astra, but coming soon to Cassandra 5.0. So that is actually a part of the table definition as well. All right, you know what? We might be running here. Let me try and get out there once. All right, and we're going to be on localhost 8080. And if I did everything right, this should come up. Oh, no. Oh. Yeah, I'm seeing in my my terminal here that it's still actually starting up.
Oh, no wonder. That's
yeah, it might be competing with Restream for resources here.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
Okay.
Let's see. Trying to think of you know, anything else I could talk about while we're waiting for this to come up. For those of you already using the latest Cassandra Java driver, the new version that allows you to use the CQL vector type is I think it's 4.16.0. So for those of you out here who do want to use that is the version that you need to you know, make sure is inside your dependency manager. So Mary, I got a question, you know, and this is more personal preference than anything else. When it comes to Java dependency managers, are you in the Maven camp or the Gradle camp?
Yes, I know. So interesting. I have to admit, of Maven users, although I'm not opposing to Gradle. Yeah, I think first of all, yes, I started using Maven. You know, and well, actually, if I go way back, I was actually using all those old.
Oh wow, Subversion. Yeah.
But yeah, very old, right? But then there's also then Ant came out, right? Apache Ant, and well, so I
Oh,
was
yep.
doing that, and then
Yep.
Maven came out. So I remember, oh, that's very cool. So I started adopting Maven. Since then, I've been mostly Maven just because I'm more, oh, here we go. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah,
Maven
it
would be the
worked,
one.
right?
So yeah.
It just took a second.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yes.
No,
Yes.
I just wanted to
Cool.
know. I know at Target they were a big Gradle shop, so people would give me a hard time whenever I'd use Maven just because, and I'm just like, Maven is so easy.
Yeah.
It is, and yeah,
That's
Gradle is
really
just not. And then maybe that's
yeah.
my preference, but
It's just different. Yeah. It's just, yeah, those are just tools. Sometimes I find them in they're just different approaches to their tools and helping us achieve an end result. So I think sometimes it's kind of depend on your personal preference. There's no
right.
one better than the other. Yeah. So yeah, very cool.
All right. So
very
hey,
cool.
I've managed to find the one team long sleeve T-shirt that we had at DataStax. I'm an extra large, so I'm gonna make sure I'm clicking on that. And then when I add to cart, if I remember this right, it should bring up. Oh, what was the? I should go look just so I know what product to expect here. Okay, yeah. So our 68% match here was the next one down, and it's that DataStax black hoodie. Okay, so if I add to cart, well, we should get a pop up, and it should be the DataStax black hoodie.
Yeah, cool.
Oh! Hey, look at that! It worked. And then it disappeared right away. I still need to flush out the the pieces of it in terms of getting like an add to cart button in that pop up, and or getting the link actually to the product page. But the main thing behind it is that it actually does pop that up and suggest that to you to again try and drive an additional sale. So
yeah.
So yeah, that is the that's vector search with Java through Spring Boot. So yeah, so there we go.
Well, thank you, Aaron. Yeah, I just always thought you were amazing. So thank you for showing it.
Thank you, Mary. I suppose I could mention too that the I've really jacked up the font here, but the GitHub for this particular thing, and I wrote it as like a prototype. So it's not the regular, workshop e-commerce Git repository. Sorry, I'm fumbling over my words here, but it's just at this, github.com AAR0NP and then workshop e-commerce prototype. That's where this is found. So if you want to check out the code, hey folks, more than welcome to.
Very cool. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Aaron. Yeah, that's very cool. Yeah, so that's our plan, right? Every week, if we have some code snippets to be sharing with you in this week's Aaron, I'm going to try to also bring in our streaming, perhaps to kind of ingest, and then something in my mind to stream, and how do we ingest data, kind of that aspect too. But will be a little down the road. Right now, I'm preparing for those materials. So thank you, Aaron. Yeah. So yeah,
of course.
And
of course.
Yeah, and so I was kind of thinking, right? Especially to start it off saying that we're bringing the knowledge, the excitement of doing this with Java developers. So and actually too, that's what happened. I joined Aaron is on, right, the developer advocacy. Before I was with streaming, and now we kind of incorporated, with the mainstream. It's just one what you call it? One ring to rule them all. One team.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. Yep. Yeah.
That's if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, which I am. So yeah. But anyway, I think it's a great thing. We're kind of bringing together the companies, products. How can we create solutions for you, right? So anyway, but Aaron brought up a good point about. Let me kind of remove this one. So we're saying that Java developers. So we actually ourselves what does it look like for Java developers? And now we want to do more to show Java developers that, it is very approachable for doing ML AI. I know it's a lot of data. And I also wanted to kind of point out, right? So we decided to do a poll, and I have to say, I have yet to kind of finish writing a blog and this. So here it is. If it's okay, I spend just like a minute or two showing the results, right, of the poll. So let me do this and trying to find my window. Where's my window? I got too many windows. So yeah, let me see.
Oh, I know the feeling.
Okay, yeah, I know. Yeah. Okay, so right. Oh, wait. Am I
Oh,
not
I think you're
showing?
showing my
Oh,
screen.
yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Sorry, click on the wrong thing. Here we go. Sorry. Yeah, too many things. But okay, yeah, that's no big deal. So okay, so let's take a look. Right. So the questions we were asking are, Java developers, right? Gen AI is hyper focused on Python, Python related frameworks and libraries, for some good reason. It is fast. It doesn't have as much, so to speak, like ceremonies like Java.
Right.
If you do Java, it's like we're more strict, right, about the types and static types, all of these things. And Python is a bit more like, well, you start coding, boom, boom, boom. But of course, there's some, things to concern, if you're enterprise developers and, you need scalability. Python doesn't have as much, and also if you are talking about which two, I think some comments that I got back from folks were true. I mean, a lot of the machine learning algorithms, the libraries, AI libraries, the math that goes underneath is actually C and C++, because those languages work very well with GPUs, especially if you're training data and huge amount of data. You need like many GPUs to do the work, right? So C and C++ are kind of, how can I say, like optimized to do that type of heavy duty, really super thing. So anyway, so Python is the one, right? It's just easier kind of interface with that. But anyway, so get back to the question. As a developer, right, in Java, how does it, leave you feeling? I think, kind of pertinent question to ask. So there it is, right? This is the result. So basically, too, I have posted this on Twitter, on LinkedIn, and also my own Mastodon account, and I'm getting back kind of similar results in terms of the number of responses to the different suggested answers. So basically, most of you think that Java will catch up, so that's a good thing. Almost 47.8%, and almost half of you. And then still like a quarter of us are saying not sure what to think. And then also to some, we're saying, well, time to switch to Python. Yeah. And that's kind of legitimate reason too. Again, it's just much faster and all of these things. And so 16.4%. And then some might say, well, I'm going to start researching, understand this whole thing, which is all good. And I actually, for 1 week of posting, we got like 2,604 views in here. So let's kind of take a look.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's the Twitter, but kind of also like share with you too. Another result is basically from our LinkedIn result. Let me see, LinkedIn result. As you can see too, it's hold on. Here we go. All right, here we go. So. Okay, so this is the LinkedIn, as you can see too. Yeah, exactly. It's 50% for Java, saying that Java will catch up, and then 20% to say not sure what to think of it yet, and then 20% to say to switch to Python, and I'll start doing some research for the remaining 10% of you, and 84 votes, and then there are actually a lot, like 2,754 impressions. So that's pretty good. A lot of folks
I'd say.
Yeah.
I find that surprising. I thought that I thought we'd see kind of the same distribution of votes across the two platforms. I wonder what it is about folks who frequent LinkedIn that they're like, yeah, I'm not sure what to think, or maybe I'll switch to Python.
Yeah, that's right.
I would have switched to Python at the bottom. I would have thought for sure no one's going to pick that.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I thought too. But I was also surprised to say some saying switching to Python. So yeah. So that's some interesting findings. I think I also have actually Mastodon, and maybe I'll just quickly also share. Some of you might have responded if you kind of take a look in here. And let me share again. This one is to share our Mastodon results. Where is it? Why am I not able to find it? And it's not showing this window. Okay. Well, anyway, but yeah, because it's on another window, but I'm not seeing it in here to share for some reason. I think okay. Well, wait.
Oh, that's
is it this
odd.
one? Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like they're all looking the same somehow. So sorry. So we're kind of like okay.
There you go.
So here it is. Right? Yeah, this is the Mastodon results. They're not as many people read it. I think it's just a fewer people. Well, I also don't have as much. I recently set this up, so don't have as much. But the percentage is interesting too, as you can see. Java will catch up is about 40%, and not sure what to think is 7%. But actually, a lot more folks think they want to switch to Python. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, I think the sample is smaller in size, so then may not be as representative of a larger sample of people taking survey. But still, there are people wanting to start doing studying and research. So yes, there's exciting things ahead of time. And I also have to say, we work for a company. We have so many toolings that all our engineers are working so hard at it. Our product people. So so I think it would be a very exciting time. So So thank you again for those of you who have responded back, and so really appreciate that too. So I will be writing up a blog, and we'll discuss a bit more about that too. So so that's the results, and
I think the more encouraging thing from the one you did on Mastodon is that only 7% said that they're not thinking about it, and then again that kind of shows that like 90% and more of like the Java community is taking a good hard look at some things that are happening in AI and how it affects development. And the available tools out there for Java folks.
That's right. Yeah.
So and I think that's good, because it is going to fundamentally change our industry, and it's something that as development professionals we have to think about, and we have to look at ways that not only can we keep with it, but at the same time it's like, how do we leverage it? How do we make our jobs and everyone else's jobs easier with it? And I think that's kind of cool that it seems like more of the Java community is thinking about that.
Exactly. So, that's how I feel too. I really feel that that we're just at the tip of the iceberg, right? What AI and ML can do for us, and there will be new ways of solving problems that are yet to be uncovered. And I think that's the exciting part. And we're challenging ourselves every day to kind of come up with these really creative, kind of out of the world creative kind of ways of solving problem. I think that's the exciting part. Sure. Yeah. So So wonderful. So folks, thank you so much. Let me see. Did we actually have folks asking us any question at all? Let me look. Yeah, nobody.
I don't see any that popped up here in Restream. I did briefly have a look at YouTube, and I didn't see anything out there either.
Yeah, that's right. But folks, if you're interested, right? If you're watching this like after the after hours or on demand, let's put it that way. Sorry. You have questions? Just send us messages. We have our Discord. Our DataStax developers Discord channel. We have our LinkedIn here. Follow us and ask questions. Somebody will always get back to you. And in the meantime, too, before we forget, actually, we have exciting, activities too at DataStax. So let me share with you one thing here. Below over here, we have on August 23rd, we have an event called I Love AI. So please scan this. It's a free event, scan everything. Yeah, it's kind of, I saw it being
that's kind of cool.
Okay. I thought maybe I saw you, Aaron, kind of look a little bit. I thought you kind of make it like sparkle. That was interesting.
No, here, let me take my phone and make sure that works though. Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Is that right? Yeah, it works, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it works all right. Yep.
Yeah. So again, I should have put the date. But the thing is, though, you scan it, you'll be able to see the date, which is August 23rd. So folks. Remember to join us then. So again, thank you so much for having joined us. I think we are kind of almost like 30 minutes for today. Just so much to tell you.
Wow.
And as you can see, we have tons of things to share with you. Lots of things. So please continue following us and reach out if you have any questions. So and thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. All right. We'll see you next week. Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye. Let me see. I'm like not very, okay, here we go. Okay. Goodbye. Yeah. Oh, wait, I'm not. Okay. Bye. Wait, I'm not doing the right thing. I'm clicking on the wrong thing. Oops.